Hey, what's up guys, it's me Lizzie, and today I'm going to be doing some book reviews and recommendations. So I know you guys don't know me that well, but I really love books. I just really like reading. I know that a lot of people have like difficulty reading, or they just oh geez, that car's loud. I know that a lot of people just like lose interest in books, or like they just have difficulty reading in general. Like they just can't pay attention for long enough to read a book or anything else like that. But I'm not one of those people. I really love reading. Reading is like one of my favorite pastimes. I wouldn't call it a hobby because like YouTube for me is a hobby right now, but like reading is like a pastime kind of thing. So, is my camera still recording? So I have so many books that I want to review. Most of them are like, or actually all of them are, no, most of them are like in series, but like I like reading books in series a lot more than I just like reading like individual books, because I think it like carries the storyline a bit more. And yeah, so I'm just gonna like, let's get right into it. So I think I'm gonna start with my favorite book of all time. Oh my god, it's such a good book. Okay, one second, let me find it. Okay, my favorite book of all time, it's a little damaged right now. It's by John Green. It's Looking for Alaska. Oh my god, guys, this book is so good. I love this book so freaking much. The reason it's so damaged is because I took it on vacation with me to Jamaica, and it's just like it went through like what is it called, airport whatever, like 4 times, and yeah, it's just damaged. But basically this book is about, here, I'll read the back. Before, Miles Pudge Halter's whole existence has been one big non-event, and his obsession with famous last words has only made him the crave of the great perhaps. Francois Rabelais, poet. I think I've heard that poem before. Okay. He heads off somewhere crazy, possibly unstable, and anything but boring world of Culver Creek boarding school. I read that wrong. And his life becomes the opposite of safe because down the hall is Alaska Young, the gorgeous, clever, fun, sexy, self-destructive, screwed up, and utterly fascinating Alaska Young, who is an event unto herself. She pulls Pudge into her world and launches him into the great perhaps and steals his heart. After, nothing is ever the same. This book is amazing. It's so, the way that John Green writes this book is like, so like, it's like the mind of a college student, but like a tiny bit more intense. And it's just got a really great storyline. Like, the book is really unpredictable. Like, you could go to the next like chapter and like you don't know what's gonna happen. It's so cool. And like there's a lot of profanity in this. There's a lot of sexualness in this book, and I don't know, I think a teenager would really like reading this book. It's one of my absolute favorites. And at the start, I thought this was like a candle smoke or like incense or something like that, but it's not. It's cigarette smoke, and I found that out, and it's cool. So yeah. Okay, the next book that I have to review is a series, and it is Divergent. I have the box set because I love it so much. The first book is Divergent, the second book is Insurgent, and the third book is Allegiant. And I'm sure if you guys don't read, you've seen the movies, and if you're like seeing this video and you're like, wait, that was a book? Hell yeah, it was a book! And it was a very good book too. Divergent was the best one. I think it had the most like body to the story. Insurgent was pretty good too. It kind of built up the plot. But Allegiant's where it got a little bit weird. Allegiant is like basically for Allegiant. You guys probably know that Triss is the main character of the book or whatever. It doesn't even matter what the main character of the book was. The point is, it is the main character's point of view in these 2 books, the first and the second book, and then in this, the third book, it's like the main character's point of view, and then like in the next chapter, it'll switch to like the second main character's point of view. So it gets like kind of weird. If the author was like gonna do that, then I think that she should have just done that through like the first 2 books. Like, leave a like on this video, leave a comment down below if you agree, if you've read this book series, and if you just thought that was kind of weird. Also, I'm not doing spoilers, but like, you all who have seen the movie, read the book, like, know why she did that. You know. I don't know, it's just like a weird switch that like I didn't get used to. And also I think the start to the middle of Allegiant is like really, it's kind of dry, like the plot doesn't carry a lot, and then the end is like the middle of it's just kind of dry and stuff. I have a lot of energy today, and I'm so excited to be filming today, and I'm so excited to be posting a video every day. It's gonna be so good. Okay, the next series I have is The Maze Runner. Oh my god, this book is, I'm gonna say this about all these books, but this book is actually freaking amazing. I love the storyline. It's just a really good book. I love the way that James Dashner lays this book out. The thing that pisses me off about my copy of the series the most is that this is the movie cover, right? You see nice little Dylan O'Brien on the back there. Yeah, this is the movie cover of the book, right? Because I could only find the movie cover and I really wanted to read it. Then for the next three, for the Scorch Trials, for the Death Cure, I just did that in the wrong order. For the Scorch Trials, for the Death Cure, for the Kill Order, I have all of the normal ass looking books. And then for the last book, which I haven't read yet, I'm planning on reading it, The Fever Code, I have it in a freaking hardcover. If you guys are avid book people as well, you will know how much it pisses me off that I do not have I have a full set, but it's not all the same, and it just pissed me off just a little, makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable. I don't know, I'm weird, I'm sorry guys. The Maze Runner, oh my god, such an amazing book. I actually think that my favorite book out of all of these is The Scorch Trials, because this is where it all started, but The Scorch Trials is them just fucking bolting across the desert, doing whatever shit they're doing. This one is the prologue to The Maze Runner, so it's what happened before the actual Maze Runner, and yeah, completely different characters too. It's really, it's kind of weird, but it's a great book, it's a great story. I really recommend it to teens and anybody else who likes good books. Also, quick side note, I loaned this book to a kid at my camp 3 years ago. He gives it back to me with the page bent. That is not proper book etiquette. Oh, this is turned into a rant video. Next up, we have a series that's more for, I don't know, maybe tweens, but it doesn't matter because I love the book series. If you guys were tweens, like I was not 3 years ago, 4 to 5 years ago, then you will remember the book Smile by Raina Telgemeier, and this is about Raina's story about dental drama and whatever. If you guys don't know, these books are graphic novels. And yeah, so they're really easy reads, but they're really, really fun reads. I'll just take a break from reading whatever book I'm reading at the time just to read a graphic novel, because they're just so fun. And yeah, but this story is really great if you're a tween growing up. And yeah, I don't really I know that my demographic is mostly females, but I don't have an age demographic. So if you're a tween growing up or just a teenager, angsty teens, then this book is great for you. It's a quick little read and it's really fun. I'm sure if you could get it done in a day or two, a week if you're really, really slow. No offense, but yeah, it's a good book. The second book from Raina Telgemeier that I want to review is Sisters. This book also really hits home to me because I have a sister, I have a little sister, and pretty much that would be me, and that would be her. And I hope she never sees this video so she never gets mad at me about saying that. I'm sorry, Cindy, I love you so much. So this is kind of before, this is prologue to Smile, kind of, because her little sister, Raina's little sister, hasn't been born yet. So yeah, so this is before all the dental drama, whatever, but before she's in high school and stuff like that. And yeah, I also think this is a really good book. It's also a graphic novel. All these are graphic novels. And I think this book is really cool personally because it has, let me find a section. It has white pages, right? White pages, which are the present day or whatever. And then it has yellow pages. It's a goddamn phone book. It has yellow pages too before when they were really young and stuff. And I think that's really cool because it kind of it gives you flashbacks, and then you know when the flashbacks are. You're not really confused. Next book I have is also by Raina Telgemeier. I have this book and then one more other one, but this one's drama. And I absolutely love this book. It's not the first two books were about Raina, and they were both true stories. But this one is not a true story. This one is just about a girl and her name is Callie, and it's about theater basically. And it's really cool. It's kind of about, it's in high school, and it's all about like getting like the demographic of people in high school, because it touches a lot about on like who you are to yourself and like being true to yourself, and like it ends up that, I don't want to spoil anything, but like for the review I got to, because like, yeah, it turns out that two twin brothers in this are gay. The two on the cover of them are gay. And it's really about just like self-acceptance and like showing other people to like accept you and like getting over your nerves and stuff like that. It's a really good book for just like growing up. It's like a coming of age book kind of, and I really like those books because like it's all about character development, which is really good. I think character development in real life as well is important, because like, let's say like for like this YouTube channel, for example, like if I start video like right now, like how am I gonna like progress within like years to come and stuff like that. So that's why I like this book. I think this is my favorite book out of all the books I've read by Raina Telgemeier. And then the last one by Raina Telgemeier is called Ghosts. I absolutely love this cover, and I've read the back so many times. I haven't read the actual book yet, so I can't give you a review. I can just tell you what I think about this book right off the bat. So, there's something different about this town. Katrina and her family are moving back to Northern California because her little sister Maya is sick. Kat isn't happy about leaving her best friends in Bahia de la Luna. Oh, for Bahia. I can't read. I can't read yet. I'm doing a book recommendation review. Ignore me. But Maya has cystic fibrosis and will benefit from the cool, salty air that blows from the sea. As the girls explore their new home, a neighbor lets them on a secret. There are ghosts in Bahia de la Luna. Maya is determined to meet one, but Kat wants nothing to do with them. As the time of year when ghosts reunite with their loved ones approaches, Kat must figure out how to put aside her fears for her sister's sake and her own. So, I love ghost stories and concepts like that, like any day of the week, any day of the year. So this is also a graphic novel, and yeah, I think it's a really cool like storyline, even though like I haven't read the book, as I said, but I think the cover is absolutely amazing. And yeah, I'm really excited to read this one, but again, I recommend anything Raina Telgemeier to you guys if you're a tween or a teen. Like, guys can read these books too, but it's kind of a more feminine kind of vibe. It's kind of more like feminine upbringing, like drama, if you're a guy, if you're transgender, if you're gay, if you're part of the LGBTQ community in any way, read drama, because it's such a nice like coming of age book for like just being who you are and whatever, and like it's really good. But Sisters and Smile are kind of more for like feminine girls, kind of. I don't want to offend anyone. The next series I am going to review is none other than The Hunger Games. Bitch, it's The Hunger Games. Hunger Games, I think, is my favorite book trilogy of all time. The first one, oh my god, so amazing. The movie of The Hunger Games, if you've just seen the movie and you haven't read the book, I'm going to tell you right now, the movie does not capture the full whatever that the book puts out there. Do you understand? This book is my life. This book is my Bible. Don't touch my Bible. I will slit your throat, because that's what they do in my Bible. The next one in that series is Catching Fire. This book, I'm sorry, Suzanne Collins, I love the Hunger Games trilogy. This book at the beginning, literally for like maybe 75% of the damn book, is so dry. I'm so sorry. It's just Katniss like stumbling around her village, trying to figure herself out, stumbling around the forest, stumbling around the village, and it's not, she doesn't really figure that much out. It's just, it kind of just drags on for a little bit, and it's kind of a little hard to get through, but then the end is like, wow. And then Mockingjay is action-packed. If you guys like action, read Mockingjay. But don't just read Mockingjay, because you're going to be so confused. Also, if you guys follow my Instagram is Liz the Girl on Fire. It will be down in the description. It's called Liz the Girl on Fire because of how much I love the Hunger Games. Katniss Everdeen is the girl on fire, and I just love the Hunger Games so much that my Instagram is Liz the Girl on Fire, and it will probably always be Liz the Girl on Fire. Hunger Games, 10 out of 10. Would read again. Probably am going to read again. Recommended to any tween, teen, or adult that just likes action and a little bit of romance in there and people dying, and yeah, I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, and finally the last book series I have for you guys is The Lord of the Rings. I love The Lord of the Rings with a passion. Okay, before you guys hate on me for this, yes, I'm reviewing The Lord of the Rings, but I haven't read the full series yet. I've read The Hobbit, which is a must, and I've read a little bit over half of The Fellowship of the Ring, but I haven't read the whole thing. I know almost everything that happens because my dad and my brother are huge spoilers, and they just spoil everything for me. My dad spoiled The Walking Dead for me one time, and I almost beat him up because I'm strong. I've watched all of the Hobbit movies. I personally believe that it's kind of annoying for some people, but I personally believe that they made the right decision by extending the Hobbit the Hobbit one book into the 3 movies, because you get as much out of the story as you possibly can. And for you guys that haven't read the book and have just watched the movies, yes, The Hobbit is 1 book. It's not 3 books. It's 1 book. Yes, I know I have not been censored for this whole video. I don't care. I want my map to be showed off because I love my map. But anyway, guys, if you love fantasy and adventure and kind of action and Old English, if you can decipher Old English, read these books. They are absolutely amazing. They put it's so cool when you're reading fantasy books that you can just try and picture the places and things in your head. And I just think that's really cool. That's why I read personally. If I'm not reading a book like this where the storyline is shown to me, I'm freaking visualizing these things in my head, trying to create my own movie in my head, because freaking the director, whoever directed the Hunger Games, did not capture it like I captured it in my own head. There's a review on the back that says the English-speaking world is divided into those who have read The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings and those who are going to read them, because they are just so freaking amazing that everyone, stop what you're doing. If you don't have a copy, go out and buy a copy of The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings right now. Just do it. And also, guys, if you have read them, I am so planning, where is it? I am so planning to read every other single book that J.R.R. Tolkien has ever made, because they're all based upon Middle-earth, and I think that is so cool. My brother's reading the Silmarillion right now, and it's I just have one thing to say. If you've read the books, seen the movies, these damn elves need to stop making things that can destroy the world. They made jewels, then they made rings. They need to stop and get a grip of themselves. Make some little swords, make some fancy head things. Stop making things that can destroy the world. And yep, that's pretty much all the books that I have for you guys today. I really hope that I get to do a part 2 of this, and maybe even more, because I'm always going to read, and there's always going to be new books coming out. Maybe I'll do an episode where I have so many YouTuber books that I bought and I just haven't read yet. So maybe I'll do an episode where I just do reviewing and recommending YouTuber books, because I really think that YouTubers who write books have a really good work ethic and stuff like that. So it's all good. It's all good. So guys, if you like this video, please leave a big thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And that is all for now. Stay lost, my friends, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye bye.